Those of you who have iman, this is some of the hardest ayat of the Quran. Like some of the hardest ayat of Quran from Muslim families. قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Protect yourselves and your families from fire. The thing is, you can't ask, Allah wouldn't ask us to protect ourselves from something that we're not in danger of. Right? Obviously, if you're not in trouble, you don't have to protect yourself. Believers, just because they're believers, are not safe from the fire. You would logically expect, Ya ayyuhalladhina kafaru qu anfusakum. Those of you who disbelieve, protect yourselves from fire. You're heading towards the fire, save yourself. The ayah begins, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Though you already believe. You better protect yourselves and your families from fire. That teaches me, myself, and a lesson for myself and my family that I, as a believer, nor my family are safe from fire. We're not. We have to actively engage in protecting ourselves from fire. And the priority is save yourself. Anfusakum. And then, ahlikum. If you're not actively engaged in trying to save yourself, you can't save your family. First you. And when you genuinely do that, your children will see it. Your family will see it. It's not artificial. And then you're genuinely able to do something for your family. قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. Save yourselves and your families from fire. And saving ourselves and our families from fire, what does that mean? That means we should be able to discuss our deen, our goal in life, death, leaving this world, standing in front of Allah, not just as a lecture, not just as a CD you pop into the car, as a conversation at dinner. You know, the conversation about Jannah and Nar should be as relevant to a teenage boy and girl as sports. It should just be conversation. Just normal conversation. The conversation about taqwa and protecting yourself and watching your eyes and being real with our children about things that will lead them to hellfire. We have to be very real with our kids. And not just when they do things we don't like. Like we usually turn to the religion when we start seeing behavior from our children that we don't like. They're being disrespectful. Or in our culture, we don't have dating. Now I find out my child's dating. Not because it's Islamically wrong, but in our culture, we don't like that sort of thing. Isn't it haram too? Then they say, isn't it haram too? Like the religion is an afterthought. Imam, can you talk to them? Or Sheikh, can you talk to them? Or brother, can you have a word with them? Because I think it's haram, right? I was like, what did I just slap you now because you found out it's embarrassing in the community? That's why it's haram all of a sudden? All the movies you're watching at home aren't haram? All the filth you're exposing your children to at home is not? Anybody else who doesn't have a higher goal in life has work, they come home, they have brain dead time, they have food, maybe they go to sleep, maybe they watch a movie, just sit around, and that's it. That's their 24 hours. Our 24 hours needs to be driven by the fact that every day we're inching towards the accomplishment of a goal. If that 24 hours doesn't get fixed from morning to night, and it's not agenda driven, here's time for my family, here's the education I want to give them, here's what I want to do here, here's what I want to do there, like agenda driven, then this is just empty talk. وَأَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا. It's just empty talk. Did Allah explicitly tell you that boy is not from your family? No, you can't give up on him. And I'm not just saying that because you're nice. You're his mother, you're obligated. At least to make dua for him. At least to try to counsel him whenever you can. At least to get him in touch with some good people. At least to get your other son to go and give him a call sometimes. Go over. Keep touch. There are how many families in America whose girls ran away? They were dating a boy in high school. Parents had no idea until it was too late and they ran away. So many stories. Oh my God. They're like, she's not my daughter anymore. Yes, she is. But she has a child with a Christian boy. With her boyfriend, she lives with him. So what? It's done. It's horrible. It's done though. She's still your daughter. She still needs da'wah. She's not in hell yet. She's in dunya. Who's at a point of no return? Nobody's at a point of no return. So many families need this message. You don't give up on family. You just don't give up on them. And when they are far, 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 far from the deen, you don't just call them to say, I don't want you to burn in hell. You don't do that. You rebuild a relationship first. You go over first. You tolerate it first. I know it's going to burn you. to go to your cousin's house, to go to your niece's house, to go to your daughter's house, and see her living with this non-Muslim man, and with the illegitimate children. It's going to burn you. But you're not there for yourself. You're there because Allah wants you to be there and reestablish your relationship so you can soften her heart. And you ask Allah that Allah soften her heart so that eventually she can come back to deen. Its fuel is people and stones. Here's a fire that is fueled by stones, but before stones, Allah mentions people. So there are more people than even stones in the fire that are actually kindling it, that are actually keeping it burning. عَلَيْهَا مَلَائِكَةٌ. I don't want to imagine any of my family there. On top of that are angels, غِلَاظٌ شِدَادٌ, that are intense, that are tough, insensitive, no feeling, غِلَاظ, شِدَادٌ, intense in delivering punishment. So now you've got, first, fire itself is enough of a motivation. Okay, I want to save my family from fire. Then Allah adds, it's filled with people and stones. Okay, I really don't want my family to be there. Then on top of that, it's got angels on top of it. Oh, what are the qualities of those angels? They're غِلَاظٌ شِدَادٌ. They're intense, they're insensitive. The guardians of that prison don't care, by design. لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمَرَهُم. They don't disobey Allah in whatever He commanded them. What did Allah command them? To torture the imprisoned. We're going to learn that in the next surah. They're being pushed into the prison and the khazana say, أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ نَذِيرٌ? They don't say, are you doing okay? They say, no warner came to you? What's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? You deserve to be here. And there's, they smack them into prison. This is يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ لَا يَعْصُونَ اللَّهَ مَا أَمَرَهُم. They don't disobey Allah in whatever He commanded them. So in the most vicious acts of torture, they don't stop. A soldier, when he's asked to torture a prisoner, he might say, I can't do it. Or he might throw up. Or he say, this is not me. I can't do it. And he might get court-martialed for that or whatever. These angels, when they're commanded to torture in hellfire, they don't stop. They are programmed. وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. And they do whatever they're told. And فَعَلُونَ. They immediately do. And they don't think about what, to process the command. They just do what they're told. They do what they're commanded. Those of you who've disbelieved, don't make excuses today. Al-ma'adhir makadhib, right? Don't make excuses today. Why are they being told that? What excuses? Well, the previous ayah said, you were already given what to believe. You have to believe there's a danger of fire, you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your family, you have to become proactive in doing so, you have to take practical, serious measures in doing so. If you didn't, you denied that warning. You're a disbeliever, at least in that warning. Don't make excuses now, don't act like you didn't know. You were told very much. Ayah 6 is enough proof that you were told. Ayah 7, don't give me excuses. إِنَّمَا تُجْزَوْنَ مَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. You're only being compensated the very thing you were up to. It's not any different. That's just your own behavior.